back on Kababayan Today. Ako po si G. Tanji, and we have our panel of women, or kababaihan. Now, we want to talk about what is Gabriela and Bayan USA, these organizations, and your organization. What are they doing about this issue?
So Gabriela USA, we're really trying to shed light on these unequal policies like the Visiting Forces Agreement as well as EDCA, and show that these agreements highly militarize the Philippines. You know, we can see that when there's increased presence of U.S. military troops, there's consistently increases in prostitution, rape, violence against women and their families. So Gabriela,
and people like me,
yeah,
halfies,
regular
right?
people like us, regular people like us, we see increased rates of violence when there's increased militarization in the country. So, you know, just like today, there's December 4, it's the anniversary of when there was a conviction of another U.S. Marine, Daniel Smith. He committed rape against another Filipino who went by the name of Nicole.
Right, and she got paid out. Her family got paid out,
yes,
right?
And that was under intense pressure of the U.S., and he was able to leave the country without serving any jail time. So we're really calling on the community to join us to call for the termination of EDCA and VFA.
Okay, and what about Bayan USA, Nicole?
So as Filipino Americans here in the United States, we have a really important role to play in terms of lobbying our local congressmen and representatives, because at least $50 million is spent every year in the Philippines in the form of U.S. military aid. It is U.S. troops that are being stationed in the Philippines, and so we have an important role to play in terms of letting President Obama knows that we don't want our tax dollars spent in, you know, military aid that has come about in these cases like Jennifer and Nicole's case as well. These cases are the high-profile cases, but there's so many that haven't been heard yet. And so we'll continue to lobby. We're continuing to launch actions in each region that we exist, which includes the Pacific Northwest, in the New York area, Washington, D.C., here in California. And so there are panel discussions, forums, and actions that are taking place to raise awareness about this issue, but also gather widespread support and make sure that Aquino knows that he should be upholding Philippine sovereignty instead of letting the U.S. bully the Philippines and letting criminals like Pemberton and Daniel Smiths get away, because we want to protect the women and children in the Philippines and make sure that, you know, there's a brighter future for our families.
Wonderful. Okay,
And
Janelle.
I'm going to go ahead and speak a little bit more about how folks can get involved.
Yes, tell us about that.
Gabriela Los Angeles, we're a member of the National Alliance of Gabriela USA. And nationally right now we're doing a huge campaign to end violence against women. Because we understand that what happened to Jennifer Laude is, in the bigger picture, is a huge fight against violence against women. Jennifer Laude was a woman, and she was a sister. And as a result of it, we want to make sure that we keep fighting for the day that there is no violence against women. And you can follow the campaign by following the hashtag IDVAW, IDEVAW, and that stands for the International Day to Eliminate Violence Against Women. And there are a number of other ways that you can also help. Gabriela has chapters all across the U.S. We have chapters in Seattle, San Francisco, Washington, D.C.
So tell women to get involved.
Absolutely.
And not just women, right? Everybody.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a people's issue. That's right.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Once again, for spreading light on this issue. It's very important that us kababayans talk about matters that are happening in the Philippines, even if we're here. It's very easy to turn away and say, nandito na tayo sa Amerika, we don't need to worry about that. But we do, because what happens there defines us here as Filipino Americans. So maraming salamat, ladies, for being here. Magbabalik kami here on Kababayan Today.